Good afternoon, Kay McGrath. And coming up at 6, Pauline Hanson steps up her attack on Cathy Freeman's Australian of the Year honour. Desperate food shortages in Katherine as emergency workers battle record flood levels. Children aged 11 and 12 in court over a shocking vandalism attack on a Gold Coast home. Bill Clinton delivers yet another denial as he fights for his political survival. And the highs and lows of the first day of school. All the day's news coming up on 7. In 7 Nightly News, Cathy Freeman and Pauline Hanson exchange blows in the honours row. The spectacle of floodwaters raging near Kakadu. 2 young boys charged over mindless vandalism, and Queensland goes back to school. On Today Tonight, the town that gave the unemployed a go, but they started their own crime wave. Now the locals want them out. Plus, he was only as big as a Coke can. Now Australia's littlest survivor takes his next big step in life. See you at 6:30. Good evening, Kay McGrath. And coming up in 7 Nightly News, a state of emergency in Katherine with record floods causing desperate food shortages. A shocking case of Gold Coast vandalism leads to charges against boys aged 11 and 12. Pauline Hanson steps up her attack on Cathy Freeman's award as Australian of the Year. The Queen Mother recovering well after her latest health scare. And we'll have all the highlights of today's Australian Open tennis and, of course, the cricket. And on Today Tonight, born the size of a Coke can, now Australia's littlest survivor takes his next big step in life. Plus our scorching summer, the best and worst of Brisbane's heat. 6:30.
How about this? One night, she's picked up the Proton Satria, everybody. And she's going to be back to do it again tomorrow. She's as happy as Larry. We'll see her right across Australia. It's Australia's favourite game, Wheel of Fortune, 5:30 on 7 Network.
See you soon.
This is a Grundy television production for the 7 Network Australia. John Deek speaking.
The 98 Australian Open continues.
SAMPRAS, is he the best of all time? Tonight you judge the world #1.
Australian Open continues on 7.
Seven Nightly News with Kay McGrath.
Tonight, Pauline Hanson and Cathy Freeman trade blows. 2 little boys charged over shocking Gold Coast vandalism. And Australia in the box seat in the one-day decider.
Goes all the way.
Good evening. Pauline Hanson has come out fighting to defend her attack on the Australian and Young Australian of the Year awards. The One Nation leader has whipped up a storm and today traded blows with Cathy Freeman and Young Australian of the Year, Tan Lee.
Wherever Cathy Freeman goes, she's mobbed by fans, but so is her arch-nemesis. Yesterday it was a lone admirer on the back blocks of Stanthorpe, and today Pauline Hanson was claiming the silent majority agree with her.
So always use both straps and adjust them so that you don't carry the bag too low. Also, try to organise your books so that you keep the load to a minimum. Helen Wellings, 7 Nightly News.
And ahead tonight, Bill Clinton goes on the attack and gridiron fans on the rampage. Cars were overturned and businesses looted during the celebrations. No serious injuries were reported. Certainly know how to celebrate over there, Wally.
The wrong way. Good evening, everyone. After the break, the latest from the SCG. Terry Venables flies in to sort out his Australian future, and the Brooke and Andre show gets an early curtain call.
On Today Tonight, born the size of a Coke can, Australia's littlest survivor takes his next big step in life. Plus our scorching summer, the best and worst of Brisbane's heat.
A superb maiden century to Adam Gilchrist last night sent the one-day internationals into a third final today, where Australia holds a commanding position thanks to a century partnership from Steve Waugh and Ricky Ponting. The Aussies set South Africa a tough 248 to win. Moments ago, the Proteas were 1 for 40 after 9 overs.
Still on a high after last night's match-winning knock, Australia's man of the moment was caught off guard.
Greg Waters, 7 Nightly News.
You can still lose money at night. That's all we have in tonight's sport. Okay.
Speaking of money, let's check the finance scene now. The All Ordinaries Index closed 19 points weaker today. Gold is down $3.20 and the Australian dollar rose more than a cent against the US dollar. Stay with us. We'll check Earthwatch weather after the break. Overnight temps 21 to 23, tomorrow 31 to 35. Looking ahead, thunderstorms possible on Thursday and Friday and showers on Saturday. Top still high, around 31 degrees. So a warm week ahead, Wally. And that's all from us in the 7 Nightly News team. Have a good night.
Over to Lexy now with Today Tonight.
Thanks, Wally. Hello and welcome to the program. Later, the Queenslander who's Australia's littlest survivor. Less than the weight of a can of soft drink at birth, he survived and today began a new chapter in the great adventure of life. But first tonight, the crime wave that one Australian community is blaming on people it tried to help. Remember the days when you could leave your house unlocked without worrying? Well, in one Australian community, they were still doing that until very recently. King Island in Bass Strait was virtually crime-free, but then work schemes for the unemployed brought news to the island from Tasmania. Now, as Laura Sparks reports, the locals are blaming them for a crime wave.
It has really upset the whole community. It's affected them very deeply.
A very beautiful place. Well, stay with us next. Queensland's Coca-Cola kid, Australia's littlest survivor, takes his next big step in life.
I used to weigh this much and now I'm going to go to school. Can I go now?
But seriously, there must be a happy medium. And this is it, I think. Oh, no. It's hot. No, I don't mean the beer, the pool. God.
The one and only Michael Beattie. And after the break, on the road again, Credence Clearwater's main man, John Fogarty.
Probably the simplest thing is I was just trying to get the music right.
Oh, yeah, what's that sound?
And that's all for tonight. I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time, straight after the news. Good night.
The Brisbane River, it's such an important part of our city's heritage, and these days it's also a wonderful recreational playground. The Brisbane City Council has developed canoe trails to make exploring the river and its creeks a safe and enjoyable experience. And there are beautiful river parks to stop off for a picnic or a barbecue. For a great day out, get onto the river soon.
To discover more of the Great South East, listen to Brisbane 4KQ. Proudly brought to you by 7 Nightly News.
7's Great South East.
Program proudly brought to you by your Ford